Trouble at YieldNodes. An email was recently sent. Things were described that were not really easy to understand. I will interpret them for you. Stay tuned. Here we are, my dears. Welcome to another video here on our channel. This video is an addition to my German YieldNodes video from the 12th of October. Steve, the CEO of YieldNodes, asked me to make my interpretation available for an English audience as well. Therefore, I repeat the essence of the German video here in English. So this video will be a bit more condensed and only contain the things that I think are most important. So here we go. Basically, YieldNodes was and is a very attractive but also sustainable project for me, because I think I know what the long-term goal behind it. Previously, this platform was just a cash machine for most due to the returns it has paid out in the past. But that was not the original intention behind the project. In short, at YieldNodes, real values should first be created in order to enrich them with crypto facets afterwards. These enrichments would then have been, for example, efficiency gains that were to be made possible with various blockchain projects. With most crypto projects, it is the other way around. First, the technical infrastructure is created and only then a real asset formed. And with many projects, that just doesn't go well for a very long time. With this foresight, the team also planned to use the nodes and staking profits to acquire real economic goods and then use blockchains to decentralize them, to make them available in a decentralized manner. By the way, I'm firmly convinced that this second mail only had to be sent because many people were so unsettled by the first email, which included that the payout framework's data was shifting somewhat, that mass withdrawals were generated. And that breaks the neck regardless of whether it's a startup or a large company. No company can afford to liquidate its entire assets within a few weeks. Let's just go through the mail together. I won't read everything to keep the video short, just commenting on what's here. So pause, read the paragraph to know what it's about. Let's start. First, we will read and comment on this section. This describes what I had already mentioned before. The long-term goal is now being advanced and realized more quickly due to the external framework parameters. The blocking of the two exchange accounts will certainly also have led to the situation now looking like this. After all, the equivalent of 5 to 10 million USD has certainly been frozen here, and it's therefore no longer available. Okay, next section. I can confirm that all values that simply have no intrinsic value of their own, in my opinion, are dependent on a different monetary value, have suffered from heavy price losses, especially in the last few weeks. Also, due to the fact that the trading volume has decreased sharply and selling pressure coupled with low trading volume is a meltdown for any asset. Okay, the next sentence I will comment. This also confirms what I said in the last video, that many people, simply because of the fact that as many people as possible are screaming scam, become unsettled and then crowd out of the whole project. Why are so many screaming scam? Because many participants are only speculators who only want to tap into returns and are not investors who are concerned with the project and the values behind it. Investors invest not only with the prospects of a nice return, but also because they want to support the company's values and long-term goals. The speculators, on the other hand, are poison for every company because they cause more damage than good with their faster in and out strategy. Okay, next comment is related on all of that here. Onto here. I'm not going to read all of that now. However, you can see that this is not just small stuff, but through assets that already have large scope. The photovoltaic power alone in Germany, which supplies 11.5 megawatt. With 11.5 megawatt, several households can be supplied with electricity at the same time. But the big question now is what happens to these assets? We now find it out in the next section. Here. So now it's getting exciting. This is where the NFT come into play. What I myself only realized very late is that NFT are not just colorful collector's cards that are pretty to look at. NFT are unique tokens and can perfectly reflect ownership due to the fact that they are highly individualized, just like NFTs. Here's an already real use case. On a futures trading platform, your positions entered and held, they are mapped via NFTs. So you get an NFT delivered to your wallet, which confirms that you are owner of the opened position. This NFT contains all the individual characteristics of your position and is minted for each trade. Therefore, I also think that it is a very good idea to make this assets itself tradable via the NFT and then later via a separate market. In any case, I believe that the whole YieldNodes team already knew that the previous strategy would not work like this forever, and has now simply advanced the anticipated strategy. The original concept should therefore, sooner or later, one way or the other, be replaced by real assets that ideally also deliver sustainable returns. I hope that most of my viewers will not only take the approach with their capital to speculate, but also want to use their capital to support companies that work ethically and economically sound. All right, let's get going to the next section. These are the last sentences. Here we are. For my part, I believe what is written here is authentic. If I were in that exact situation, I wouldn't have done it very differently. I actually think that was one of the best solutions to the overall situation. The connection of real economic goods with cryptocurrencies via a real use case brings massive potential for all of us. If you know Kevin O'Leary, a member of Shark Tank and a veteran entrepreneur and investor, says that NFTs are getting bigger than Bitcoin itself. It's getting really big. This is why I trust the YieldNodes team. I will continue to sleep wonderfully for this reason, but also because my risk diversification works well and I avoid cluster risks, no matter how well the projects are going. I therefore see this whole action as a constructive restructuring action, which YieldNodes also enables us to come out of the whole situation stronger. I really believe that YieldNodes Pro will be a huge success. My regular viewers know that I'm very sensitive to scams. How many videos have I produced over the last few months that have dealt with concepts that are critical, unsustainable, or fraudulent from the start? I don't see that at all at this point. But please do your own research and make up your own mind. Because I'm not perfect either. I make mistakes too. So there's no guarantee that I'm interpreting this correctly. I hope this video brought you some peace of mind and you can look forward to the future with YieldNodes again. As always, thanks for your attention. I say goodbye and see you in the next video.